if you have a goal that you've been wanting to do for a while now, and you've gotten little progress or little to no progress in that goal or whatever you want to do with your life, then make sure to watch the rest of this video, because I'm going to explain to you exactly why we choose to do the little things that don't matter to us more than we choose to stick to a long-term goal of something that we actually want to achieve with our lives. Now, if you don't want to do this and you want to sacrifice all of your long-term goals for short-term gratification, then by all means click on the next video that's going to spike your dopamine that isn't going to teach you anything. But if you actually want to change your life and you want to open up your eyes, I promise you, if you watch the rest of this video, it is going to help you and it's going to open up your eyes. And so make sure you watch the entirety of this video. So there's two main parts of the human brain. You got the intellectual brain and the animal brain, okay? The intellectual brain only has so much willpower, and while it can help you and change what you do throughout the day, you only have so much energy. Your bar depletes over time, right? And so with your intellectual brain, sure, you can use it for a few hours, but how many times do you actually do something that you've been really wanting to do, that you go and do it, and you do it for like 1, maybe 2 hours, or maybe you do it for 2 days and then you stop doing it completely? That's because you run out of willpower. And even though you really wanted to do that thing and it's something you want to do with your life, you don't do it. And why is that? That's because you haven't attached the animal part of your brain to that thing, right? So sure, you can attach your willpower to that thing and maybe you'll do it for 1 or 2 days, maybe a week, but then you stop going because you haven't attached that animal part of the brain, the dopamine, to release and to go do that thing consistently over time. Because the animal part of the brain is only restricted by sleep. Literally, it's only restricted by sleep. So you have unlimited amounts of energy you can get from the animal part of the brain. That's why your body will claw and go through anything to get that piece of cake. It'll claw and go through anything to drink that alcohol on a Friday night with your friends, and it'll make up all these weird excuses for you to do that thing, even though you know it's not good for you deep down. Your body will literally make excuses for you and convince you to go and do that thing, to go and do the thing that's not actually going to help you. And why is that? Because it's so easy to do, right? The quickest way to get a hit of dopamine is to like eat food or to watch an entertaining video. Those things are so easy for us to get addicted to because it takes 2 seconds and you get a hit. You start to feel good when you do it, because it takes 2 seconds to do those things that feel good. And so it's so easy to get addicted to those things. That's why so many people are addicted to their phones. It's right there. It's so convenient. It's so easy to do. But the thing is, the more we do those easy things, the less capacity we have to do the things that we actually want to do. No one wants to sit on their phones the entire day. No one truly wants to do that, but we end up doing it because it's a lot easier to get a hit of dopamine from scrolling to the next reel than it is to go out and achieve something. It's a lot harder to do that. And so why would we go out and do that? Do that thing that's hard to achieve, the thing that we've been wanting to do but it's hard to achieve. Why would we go out and do that instead when we can just open up our phone or click on one single app that gets us a hit of dopamine, right? Why would we do that when I can go to the kitchen and get a piece of cake right now and eat it? Why would I make a video in my room at home and talk about these things, right, when I could go get a hit of dopamine and eat a piece of cake right now? Literally right now I could go and get a piece of cake and eat it and get a hit of dopamine. But why am I not doing that? Is it because of willpower, or is it because I've trained the animal part of my brain to literally become addicted to making high quality videos that actually educate you and try to help you? The animal side of your brain doesn't care about your actual goals. It does not care at all. There's no craps given about your goals, at least with the animal side of your brain. Your intellectual brain wants to do things. Your animal brain, it just wants you to get the next hit of dopamine. It's like a crack addict. That's why crack addicts can inject themselves and literally kill themselves with poison, and they know it's poison, but they can do it because it's the easiest way to get the next hit of dopamine. That's why fat people can eat sugar all day and then go for another piece of sugar and another piece of sugar, another piece of sugar, because every single time they do it, the dopamine is there. They're like, easy way to get it. Easy. Go get that thing. Go get that thing. Your long-term goals, it doesn't matter. You don't care about the six-pack. You don't care about looking good. None of that matters. The cake is right there. Go eat the cake. because it's the easiest hit of dopamine. It's a lot easier to get a piece of cake than it is to go out and actually work out every single day until I see progress. It's a lot easier to get the cake. And so your brain is hardwired to do the easy dopamine instead of the hard dopamine. And unless we train our brain to be addicted to the long-term gratification, the long-term goals, and unless we train our brain that those things, those short-term gratification things are bad for us, then we're going to keep doing it and relapsing over and over again. Even though we want to achieve more and we want to reach those goals, we never get to those things that we actually want to do unless we can attach the animal brain to those long-term goals, right? So, for example, the only reason a lot of people go to the gym is because the social validation that comes with going to the gym, getting a workout in, and looking better overall, right? And so if you want to be consistent in the gym, find a really good reason why you want to go to the gym, and find a way to attach dopamine to that action. And you'll become addicted to going to the gym. You'll become addicted to eating healthy food because you look in the mirror and you see you look a lot better. You'll literally become addicted to building a successful business or being the best at whatever you're doing because you've attached the social validation to that. You've attached the things that you really want to those big goals, right? And the best way to do this is by leading yourself, I'm not even gonna lie, leading yourself like a dog, right? Because if you want to get from one place to another, right, and you put all of the rewards at the very beginning, once you just started, you put all the rewards there, you're gonna have no motivation to get from this point to this point. If you set tiny rewards, right, small rewards, and you set a trail of them, little one here, right, going from point A to point B, right, and you set those little rewards, you're gonna want to keep going. We gotta make sure not to set all of those rewards at the beginning because you're not going to want to keep going. I got everything. I'm not going to try anymore. Yeah. And you start to see yourself as the king, and then all of a sudden you fall and you relapse and you completely fail. Your business fails. Everything fails because you gave yourself the rewards way too early versus setting them over the course of time and never giving yourself too big of a reward where you actually want the ambition to keep going. You want to keep going towards that goal. And it's like an infinite cycle because as soon as you give yourself that big reward, you're going to stop trying and your business is going to stagnate, or your progress in whatever you're doing is going to stagnate. And then what happens next? You quit, or you just stop trying, or you put less effort into it, right? Maybe you don't quit, maybe you don't stop trying and you put less effort into it. Either way, we got to be careful not to give ourselves too much at the beginning, and we want to set it little by little like a trail, and we could drag ourselves like dogs on a leash anywhere we want to go. Towards any goal that we want to get to. And so if you can train yourself to literally become addicted to long-term gratification and long-term goals instead of going and getting the cake that's right there, getting the dopamine that's super easy to get, then that's how we build long-term success instead of just doing the short little things that give us a hit of dopamine for 2 seconds and then take away our time and don't mean anything to us, right? So if you actually want to achieve your long-term goals, you have to find a way to attach that animal part of the brain, right, to your goals. You got to find a way to tap into that animal part of the brain because the only thing that limits that is your sleep. Literally, the only thing that's going to limit that is your ability to sleep. The willpower lasts about 4 hours, and then you could be like, no, I'm not going to do that thing. I'm not going to do that thing. And it drains it over time. And then once that time is drained, once that willpower bar is depleted, you're gonna go to that animal bar, which has pretty much infinite amounts of energy. That animal bar is gonna have no self-control, and it's gonna be like, go eat the cake, and that's how you end up relapsing. Maybe you resist it for a few hours, and you mess up because your animal part of the brain isn't in sync with your goals. And so, if you actually want to achieve your goals, find a way to attach the animal part of your brain and that basically infinite amount of energy to your goals and become addicted to those goals, because otherwise you're going to become addicted to your phone, you're going to become addicted to cake, and you're always going to be addicted to something, right? Might as well have it addicted to whatever your mission is, whatever your goals are, whatever things you actually want to achieve, right? My name is Justin, and remember, you deserve the consequences of your actions.